When we're young, the things we experience help shape and create our identity. When those things start to disappear, it feels as if we lost a little bit of our own identity as well. But we're all about preserving those memories and identities here at IGotNextGaming, so that is why we're reviewing 1980X. 1980X. It's the 80s, the golden age of arcades. IGot Studios brings us a coming-of-age story of a teenager named the Kid who's stuck between his youth and the looming inevitable obligations of adulthood. It's not until he stumbles across a local arcade that he starts to find new worlds and new meaning which help him in coming to grip with life and growing up. This game is a love letter to the 80s. The narrative is soothingly told with beautiful 16-bit graphics which help you get into the mind of the Kid. The 5 games you'll play through will definitely bring back old arcade memories, as they're modeled after old school games we each grew up with. There's the beat-em-up Beating Heart, which is reminiscent to classics like Streets of Rage and Final Fight. Then there's my personal fave, Out of the Void, which is a side-scrolling shooter very much like R-Type or Gradius. The third game is Runaway, which is an Outrun clone where you must reach each checkpoint before time runs out. There's also some nice narrative and synthwave music sprinkled in at the end. It kind of reminded me of driving with the windows down late at night in Miami. Good times.
I'd drive all night to get to that place.
Next in the bunch is Shadowplay, which plays very much like Strider. Here you control a ninja and must dash, dodge, and slice your way through fierce demons with lightning-quick reflexes. Lastly comes the first-person dungeon crawler Kill Screen. It's a fun turn-based RPG that requires a bit of grinding and leveling up and serves as an interesting closer for 1980X. Overall, I found each of these games enjoyable, with my favorites being Out of the Void and Beating Heart. However, 1980X is not without its flaws. One gripe I had was the controls for each game aren't detailed out before you start. This began to be a problem in games like Out of the Void when I had died and was on the continue screen. It took me a couple times to realize that to continue you need to press up on the D-pad. Also, the first 2 games, Beating Heart and Out of the Void, use a combination of the Y and B buttons, but on the Runaway, the control switch and the default button is the A button. This led to me getting a late start trying to figure out what the gas button was and almost missing some of the checkpoints. My second gripe is the overall length of the game and the price. 1980X is incredibly short, both in terms of the narrative and amount of time spent in the arcade games. It can literally be completed in just over an hour. The $9.99 price tag would have left a stale taste in my mouth too, had it not been for the discount I had applied to my cart at checkout. I feel $5 would have been more reasonable, so maybe keep your eye on this one and grab it when it's on sale. Those minor gripes aside, 1980X is a fun and interesting game that appeals to our nostalgia for the 80s arcade era. From detailed sprites, colorful backgrounds, and an impeccable soundtrack, the arcade games you play through make you feel like these are actually games that could have existed in the 80s. My only hope is that next time IGot Studios will give us a full course, instead of just a tasting.
Some guy said I was nothing but a dreamer, completely out of touch with reality. But I don't know. Down here, I was free.